How nice is it to kind of, I guess, get rewarded for one of those games?
Yeah, I mean, we've watched us 3 games in a row where, we've found a really good groove, played good two-way basketball, and obviously the last game was a gut punch. The OKC one, we played well. They hit huge shots down the stretch. But the other night in Philly, that was a tough one. So it feels great to see the guys respond and come up with a big win against a great team without so many of our guys.
What did you like about your team defense collectively tonight?
We were on a string. We were connected. I thought we did a pretty good job taking care of transition, which was our number one key. They are so fast in transition. They're one of the best teams in the league, scoring in the first 8 seconds of the clock. They get the ball down the floor, and I thought we took that away. They killed us on the offensive glass, but it wasn't for a lack of effort. Our guys really battled and just stayed with it. So really fun to see them, pull that off.
How much growth have you seen from Pat Spencer as a playmaker, as a passer, and he was diving people?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pick and roll threat that he brings that is, he just takes care of the ball in 1 turnover in 30 minutes tonight and 7 assists. He just gets us into really good offensive rhythm and gets guys shots and just creates really good possessions. Even when we don't score, the possessions feel good when he's out there.
Steve, obviously he's got a lot of talent. What do you think has clicked the most for him here?
For Pat?
For Pat the last couple of weeks.
Well, I mean, we've seen the competitiveness. We've seen what a good player he is in the past couple of years, but he's really improved his jump shot. I mean, that's the big thing. He's last year he would turn down a lot of threes, drive in, shoot a lot of floaters, and he's never going to be Steph, but he's a threat out there, and that's what it takes. You have to be a threat from the line to be able to pull the defense out, and I just think the shot quality now that we're getting with him on the floor is way better than it was the last couple of years. And then I think the other thing is that his coach realized that Pat is that mother. I think that became clear. Sorry. Am I allowed to say that, or am I going to get in trouble?
No, it's okay.
Okay. All right.
Did you know it before Philly, or
No, yeah.
Philly was
I was getting the inkling. It was starting to creep in, but I didn't realize it until he told the world. And tonight it was very clear.
Was that? Yeah, I heard the celebration kind of in there. Was that about him in particular, or just about the win?
Just the win. Yeah. It was just such a great team effort. We had so many guys who, came in and chipped in. It was a good team win, and that's what it's supposed to feel like. They're just one agenda, just go win the game, whatever it takes, and everybody did that. It was really fun.
Pat was pretty pumped after that 3, like you mentioned. You were pretty pumped.
Who was?
Pat. You were pretty pumped too. What was that moment like for you?
There were a couple of them, right? I think he hit a couple of them. I mean, it's just fun watching a guy who has had to fight for everything to finally get his moment and not only seize it, but grab it by the neck. I mean, this guy is a competitor. He loves the competition. He loves to play. His teammates love playing with him. So it's beautiful to watch when you see something like that happen.
Coach, he's a shooter, and shooters shoot. You know that very well. From your vantage point, does he seem like a throwback to your era at all?
Well, he's just a gamer. I mean, I don't know if he's a throwback. I just think he's a guy that you just want on your team because he'll. Every night, every day at practice, he just brings it. He's the ultimate pro, and I think every guy on our team has a ton of confidence in Pat.
Steve, JK is still struggling a little bit. What can you guys do to get him out of the rut he's kind of been in since coming back?
I mean, we've got 15 guys on this team, and every player goes through ups and downs all year. And we're not going to make this a referendum on JK. Like, we had a great win tonight, and some guys, had big nights. Some guys struggled a little bit. We won. That's all that matters. That's all anybody cares about.
Trayce plus 15 off the
Yeah,
bench.
I thought Trayce was great. Really played with force, and just you could feel his energy out there, the way he ran the floor, patrolled the paint. Really fun to see Trayce have a night like that.
You said before the game. You said you wanted Paz to get off the ball a bit more.
Yeah.
Be a little more decisive. What do you think? How do you think he did tonight?
Did a great job. He's a really good player, and he just, he wants to be great, and sometimes he's just a little too ambitious out there. And so part of the thinking, bringing him off the bench, was to let him watch the start of the game and remind him that he's got to play how we want him to play, not how he wants to play. And because he's one of the better players in the league at doing that stuff. He's got great feel. He understands the game, but when he starts to try to do too much, it hurts him and it hurts us. So hopefully, this is a good step for him.
The training staff's obviously going to have.
I'm sorry?
The training staff's obviously going to have to say tomorrow in part, but does a win like this make the older guys kind of go, okay, let me try to get out there a little more?
Yeah, I think the older guys, they love when you get wins like this one, and galvanizes the group. Everybody feels good. You move on to the next one. You try to go get another one, and this is how you build momentum with a win like this. But we got to make sure we capitalize.
Coach, does a win like this with your young talent kind of make you in your mind think of lineup switches when everyone's healthy, mixing the young with the old?
Well, it's tricky, because you get maybe 5 guys back tomorrow, and played 10 tonight. Can't play 15. So, some of the guys who played tonight aren't going to play tomorrow, and it's got to be okay for them and for everybody. This is what it takes to be a great team. You have to be able to sacrifice for the good of the group, and that means some nights are yours, some nights aren't. And fortunately, we got really good guys on our team, and they're committed to each other. And I feel confident that going forward, we'll have a lot of guys who are going to contribute, and every night will be a little different.
How galvanizing, how energizing of a win can this be for this team?
Take any win we can get right now. Great energy in the locker room. Just competed our butts off tonight, so we're trying to weather the storm until we get healthy. But we're fired up in there.
There were a couple times where you were chirping with the fans. How much do you enjoy kind of that back and forth?
I just like competing. It can be cornhole, ping pong, you name it. I'm competing. So the energy was great in here all night. They're on a back-to-back, so they were a little bit tired, I think, initially. A little bit of a slow start, but then you could feel the competition picking up. So I live for that.
How would you describe the confidence you're playing with right now?
I've always been confident, man. I just haven't had the chance to really settle in and get an opportunity to play extended minutes. And I've talked about it before. Last year, my role was completely different. So, the goal for me was to come in and bring energy. This year, they've allowed me to kind of orchestrate a little bit, have the ball in my hands, get other guys involved, make plays. And so, when the coaching staff gives you that level of confidence, it's pretty easy to go out there.
Steve said one of the differences he feels like with your game is your shot has come along. How would you describe the development of your shot over there?
It's been years. I think you'll hear a lot of guys talk about it throughout the league. It's not an overnight process. Couldn't shoot the ball at all in college. And first couple years out, had some coaches I worked with and just put the hours in, man. I'm a believer that give me a couple years to figure something out, I'm going to figure it out. And just have a lot of guys that push me to be my best version of myself every day in this organization. So thankful for, can't name all the player development coaches, but all those guys that have put in the work with me.
Has there been a season that you feel like it has taken a significant leap?
Yeah, this summer. But anybody that plays this game will tell you that you have the ball in your hands a little bit more, just a level of comfort. Last year I'm checking in, like I said, we're down 20. It's really come in and bounce off the walls and give us energy. So not necessarily in a shooter's mindset. This year, like I said, just a little bit more opportunity and, feel pretty poised out there.
To follow up on that, aside from the opportunity, which is clearly there, in these last couple of weeks, what do you think has clicked the most for you?
I don't know if there's anything necessarily that's clicked. It felt this way this summer. I felt like I had a really good camp. But we've got pretty much the same crew back, so I knew the opportunity would probably be pretty limited early on. So I wouldn't say there's anything that I didn't flip a switch. There wasn't something overnight that went off. I felt really good coming into this year. I put a lot of work in this summer, and so I wouldn't say it was like an overnight flip of the switch. It was more so just like I said, the opportunity.
You jam your finger on like the opening session.
I did. I was trying to. We were supposed to gap it. I didn't gap it probably the whole night. It just felt like it was pretty low, and went to gap it last second. Just got it jammed. I'm good. It's just a jam finger.
What did Trayce give you guys tonight?
What did Trayce?
Yeah.
Incredible. Energy on the glass. I don't know what his rebounds were at, but if he didn't have a ton of them, it felt like he was all over the place. Just when he plays with that motor, man, he's a beast. I always get on him just to bring it. If he has that kind of juice, he's a difference maker for us. So, he's in a similar boat as the boat that I was in. He's not getting a ton of minutes, and so trying to pick his spots when he gets in there. I think the one thing for him is just having a ridiculous amount of energy when he gets in. He doesn't have to shoot the ball. So there's no reason he can't be screaming, yelling on defense, orchestrating us from back there. Proud of him, man. We put a lot of work in together.
He scored a season high 14. What was he doing to be successful out there?
Gui,
Yeah.
incredible. Same thing with Trayce. High energy guy. Ball never sticks with Gui. Gets the ball side to side, going to defend. Just consummate hard workers. So those guys, us three, we spent a lot of time together in play groups, and to see it come to fruition tonight, it's pretty cool.
How much did what happened in Philly late hurt, sting you guys, and the lineup that you're talking about in particular, and how much does what happened tonight kind of, I guess, ease that?
Yeah, I mean, we gave that one away a number of times, whether that was getting down 20 right out of the gate to those guys. Felt like a little bit of deja vu tonight, trying to get that damn ball on bounds. But you know what? Steve drew up a great play. We got the ball on bounds today, and that's what it is. You got 82 games, man. You got to live and learn from all those games. I do struggle to brush it on it, sweep it under the rug a little bit. Stings a little bit more for me than maybe guys who have played for a long time and they realize it's one of 82. I don't get that many opportunities. So it hurts for guys like us who, we're trying to make a mark. But ultimately, we learned from it and came out of here tonight with a win.
It was kind of strange that you were inbounding from basically like the same spot in a similar situation. Is that spot on the court difficult to inbound it?
You know what? You're allowed to go backcourt now. So it shouldn't be. But they've got some athletes over there, and they're long and athletic, and they had nobody on the ball, so they've got an extra defender. So, yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that tough to get it in, but teams are athletic, and they made it tough on us. But I don't care. We got it done.
How good this one feel after what happened in Philly to win the way you got it tonight?
Man, feels great. Feels great. That game in Philly hurt us because we had the game in our hands, and like let's play, tough loss. And NBA is about it. There is one day that you down, you lost the game in the last shot, and there's games that we win like that. So that's the grace to be here,
To your point, we heard everybody going nuts in there celebrating. What have the last 48 hours been like emotionally for everybody?
Like you said, like after the game tonight, we were happy. Everybody win feels great every time. It doesn't matter how you get the win. But like I said, there is the last 48 hours, that was a couple up and downs because we lost a tough game in Philly, and everybody's just like, damn, we should win that game. That game was important for us. And the other night, you got to be ready and play it again. And I'm glad that we did it tonight. Huge compliment for Pat, that guy. He's that. I don't know if I can say that, Raymond, but I'm gonna say it. Pat is that motherfucker. It's great. It's great to have a guy like that in the team, man. Man, I always see like Pat is the guy that is very competitive. He always competing. Doesn't matter what he does, he always competing, bro. And you can see it out on the court. After every bucket, he always says something. He look at the bench, he look at the fans. He's like bumping the chest and everything like that. because he really loved this competition. So, yeah, that's what I see. Like now he's showing up that in the courts because we've been working out, doing some pre-game playing and all that, and I see that already. But I'm glad that everybody in the world is seeing like this side of Pat too.
You know, I the practice.
Him?
Yeah.
No, he's actually funny, man. He's a funny guy. He not gonna talk shit to you, but he gonna say like some crazy stuff for himself, you know. So that's what keep him going. You know, that's what he does to make himself feel good in the game. So it's funny. It's actually funny to work out with him.
How good did it feel to get this one, particularly coming off what had just happened?
It felt great, honestly. Just being out there, just creating an impact, and then just having some of the young guys and playing well, getting off to a good start, just competing out there, having fun, playing for each other. Felt great.
How would you describe the scene in the locker room after the game, especially with how things have been going this season?
It was great. All of our vets were cheering us on in the locker room, clapping, doing what they do basically. But that's always been kind of our team camaraderie. Like we've always been together. Even when things are going bad, we stick together. And so it felt good to get one because we needed it.
A lot, kind of hyping you up to put energy and that stuff, and how I guess gratifying it felt for both of you to be a part of that win. How have you seen his development, being around him, in some of the situation?
No F bombs.
No F-bombs allowed. So, yeah. But yeah, he is. He's someone that brings energy every day. It doesn't matter where he is. We could be sitting on the plane, just joking around. He's locked. He's bringing energy. In practice, bringing energy. Like he misses a shot, he literally wants to kill someone. Like I'm not even joking. He might hurt himself, like punching a wall or something. Just that's the type of dude that he is, and we need that on our team. And I feel like if we get more guys like him and we get that energy, it changes our team. And I think that type of energy, we feed off of that. And so I felt like tonight we fed off of that, and I felt like even last game we fed off that as well. So.
Because there are lots of guys in the league who are competitive. How would you compare Pat's competitiveness to guys you played with at any level before?
I mean, everyone I know is a competitor, and they have different ways of showing it. I just feel like Pat's probably one of the most emotional, as in showing his emotions and wearing it on his sleeves. Him, and I would say Draymond is another person that does that. But I've played with, I mean, everyone here is competitive and they want to win. But he definitely shows it in a different way. And when he gets that confidence and he gets on the floor and he sees a few go in, and it makes him even more riled up.
It's kind of fun to watch him talk back to the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just who he is. He doesn't care at all. Like he could do that, mess up, and he would still be talking. He's not a front runner. He's someone that's going to talk to you the whole game. He doesn't care who's in front of him. He's going to play hard. He's going to talk his talk. And, so that's.
What'd you like about your game tonight?
I just felt like I went in and did my job. I wish I could get a few of my shots back, but I think I got fouled on a few of them as well. And so you can control what you can control, but I felt like I ran the floor hard. I played solid defense, and I think I was a plus when I was on the floor. So that's all you can ask for.
What's helped you stay ready, just in given your role this season?
Yeah, we got some vets, and they're going to sit out from game to game. So I just got to be ready whenever my name's called. Tonight, I found out pretty early that they were going to be out, and so it's easier when you kind of know. And you kind of know like where you're going to go in, and so you're warm and you're ready to go, and that mindset it makes it easier. But at the end of the day, I just got to stay ready whenever my name's called upon, and do what I do.